Mtu kama huyo apigwe risasi miguu, aende hospitali, akienda kotini.
Please relax. We want you to serve your one term. Nobody wants you out of government unconstitutionally.
What the president said today in Kilimani is in accordance with Article 131 of the Constitution.
And for him to have a career and he's still young, he has to make some hard decisions since he's just an advisor, a low-profile position, and he's not holding a cabinet position. He has to position himself and move on to the mountain politics.
Saizi tumegeuka, tumekuwa sasa sisi ni goons. Haina shida. He's saying that those goons should not be killed, but they should be shot in their legs.
He wants to shine in the national politics, yet he's a governor. He's supposed to delegate the duty he's given. He's supposed to deliver what he promised to his people. But here he's yapping around, talking a lot. You understand?
This is Dove Podcast, crafting stories, building brands.
Hi folks, and welcome to this amazing podcast. As usual, my name is Daniel Kihoro alongside Mr. Mohamed Ayanle. The last time we were talking about, as usual, every Monday it's all about politics. Then Friday it's all about business. Today now we want to talk about politics. Our last story of politics was about Sabasaba. It was about the Sabasaba story. By the way, it is doing very well, the story. Today we have heard about Mr. Moses Kuria. He has just resigned. Do you think it's a controversy or it's just a genuine resignation? Because he said that the reason why he's resigning it is because he wants to pursue his personal development, his personal interest. But the controversy is talking about the statement he made that there will be no election 2027. Mr. Mohammed, what is your take on that?
I think Moses Kuria, in political chess game, he has made a magnificent move to political space so that he clears the air. Now he is associated with this regime. And this regime currently is not sellable in Mount Kenya. And for him to have a career and he's still young, he has to make some hard decisions since he's just an advisor, a low-profile position, and he's not holding a cabinet position. He has to position himself and move on to the mountain politics. And mountain politics today, what sells is anti-Ruto. Let's be clear and facts. Since I'm also a pro-Ruto, but currently if I want to vie in Kiambu or where, you have to be against the system. Now the system becomes your enemy and everyone will be clapping for you. I think, to my opinion, he just positioned himself. Come 2027, he wants to have his way.
I want you to clarify when you're talking about positioning himself. I want to go to the history of Moses Kuria. He became the member of parliament in Gatundu after that until 2022 from 2014. After that he became he vied for a governor in Kiambu, but he never made it. He joined President Ruto and he was given a ministerial after even the Yashua reshuffling. Finally akatolewa kabisa, akapatiwa an advisor when it comes to matters economy. But today we are just hearing Mr. Moses Kuria resigning. You now as a political analyst and also someone who has been following politics, you're saying that Moses Kuria is trying to position himself in certain position. What currently expound on that so that at least we can understand what do you mean by saying he's trying to position himself in 2027 campaigns?
Currently,
and remember also he has his chama. He has a political party.
Chama cha kazi. Something like that.
Chama cha kazi,
Chama cha kazi, I think he's positioning himself like, in business, in politics, when you are a brand, whether if you are not seen somewhere, you are not playing in the main field. Now he has to 2027 is the way to go. And then we have a lot of big players. For him to be heard or known, he has to do some magic. The magic work must be done in Mount Kenya. And currently, whatever I said before, what is selling is anti-Ruto. Because people are fed up with Ruto in the eyes of the mountain. To them, he has removed their son from power. And now the man who's calling shots in Mount Kenya, who's having the mantle of the kingmanship, kingpin, is Mr. Gachagua.
Okay.
So for a person to to tackle that, you need
So you want
other heavyweights.
you want to mean that?
Before Gachagua,
Yes.
Mr. Moses was a bit popular before Gachagua.
Yeah, sure.
Gachagua was just one term. Now with the sympathy, with the impeachment, I think Gachagua has grown so powerful in Mount Kenya politics since now he's playing the victim card. At the same time, he was in high position. I think Moses Kuria having his party, I think 2027 he wants to bargain with Ruto.
Okay.
For him to bargain with Ruto, he has to do some groundwork and he has to align and assimilate with the people, or
Yes.
just has to mix with the people so that now he can have free hands so that he can punch the same government he was working with to criticize. In Kenyan politics, sometimes you play dirty
Okay.
to be noticed so that you are called on the high table. So you have to bring your gamemanship, your hardmanship. You play, you assemble.
Yeah.
Then his, I think my own idea, if I'm not wrong, I foresee where Gachagua is going to Moses Kuria is going to have free hand to undermine Gachagua. So he's like now, maybe it can be also, I may be wrong, I'm a businessman, I'm not but I may foresee where who's called Moses is now an agent of someone else. He's a chess piece of someone else who's playing behind the scene for Mount Kenya.
But remember Moses Kuria? Do you finish that?
Ruto is a master. Ruto is a master.
Moses Kuria said that there will be no election in 2027 and people are saying that's the reason why he's resigning. Sijui mbona unamtetea. Okay.
Maybe,
or is it a political game between him and Ruto?
Yes, Ruto is a master. He was there in this game since 92.
Political
These boys there, these boys are coming, they are shouting, and the match has not started. There was a person, it's the same Moses Kuria said. People are now overwhelming, excited. But the journey is long.
Okay.
It requires, and the right person who is experienced know when to put on the jersey and go.
The campaign has not yet started.
To people like that, if they want to match with Ruto, is another machinery. The guy has flattered almost 3 heavyweights ago. Now this started. I don't know. The most important person there who is going to have a significant number is Gachagua. Leave alone Kalonzo, leave alone this, and chances are high they're disturbing Ruto. But later you'll see Kalonzo joining with the government. Who knows later? Or he's going to fire as a week, and then Ruto will have just like a ceremony. You understand? Ruto versus Kalonzo is like a ceremony for Ruto. Neither of them can match him unless they're so united. Other factors happens, but the guy is tough to fail down.
I know, Mr. Mohammed, it is too.
But Moses Kuria is coming here to be a free agent in Mount Kenya so that he roams around and gathers a base. So come 2027,
Yes.
either he wants to become a deputy
Yes.
somewhere, or, they say you can't have a Kikuyu, you can rent a Kikuyu. So I think he can be now, to my opinion, he's doing some work. For the government.
Najua it is too early to predict, but sisi kama Gen
Tumaribia plan yake.
sisi kama Gen Z tunasema form ni one term.
This is tunasema
Still talking about Ruto, Gachagua, Moses Kuria. There is a statement by President Ruto today that those goons into quotes.
Yes.
Najua sasa naita Gen Z ni goons. Sasa hizi tumegeuka tumekuwa sasa sisi ni goons. Haina shida. He's saying that those goons should not be killed, but they should be shot in their legs kwa sababu ni goons. At the same time, the former president, the DCP party, regarding Gachagua, respond to his statement and said that just relax, Mr. President, and serve your one term. We are just waiting for you in the debe comes 2027 between Gachagua and President Ruto. Who do you feel is right? I want you just to be fair.
Okay, to me, I'm honest and I'm fair, but also I'm also having my side of politics.
Yes.
But the president is under siege. His government, people are testing his testicles. He's so patient. No president in Africa, I can say, and you can comment down there. No president can match Ruto's what he underwent for the last 10 years. The last 5 years of Uhuru, he was manhunted. All that things were done to him. He was so quiet, patient. Now, as a president, people are playing these testicles. They are touching all the parts. They are feasting. They are beating him. They are doing all their manners of sabotage to the economy, to his leadership, and to his. You understand? Sometimes if you overstep your mandate and Ruto does something bad, now that's what the other opponent wants. The opposition wants one mistake from Ruto. You understand? He has the instrument of violence. he's the one to bring violence to the people.
Okay.
But it's now the opposite. The civilians are bringing the violence to his doorsteps. He has all the powers in this regime, and he can do a lot of
But
things. But he was so patient. But today, as we talk,
I think this is something that I've been discussing with you, Mr. Mohammed, and I've been saying that for a president or any public service person, it's not good to say some things because unapata you as the president, you remember wewe kama president, you are the symbol of unity of a republic, like for example Kenya, saying that hawa watu wanafaa kupigwa risasi. Unaambia ni unajua hii ni kitu naambia polisi ya kwamba you are giving them the authority. Remember he's the commander in chief of the Republic of Kenya. So once president anasema watu wanafaa kuwa short, ni kumaanisha polisi wanamsikiliza. Sasa do you think the statement is correct for somebody like a president in public, Mr. Mohammed? Kindly.
Okay, it depends who's saying who and who is to. He's addressing to these ghouls, the anarchists, those who are destroying his government, those who are making the country ungovernable. They can close the economy, open economy.
Do you guys have the evidence?
Listen, no.
Do you guys have the evidence that
no.
those people are goons or are serious Gen Zs? Are those people goons ama ni Gen Zs? Unajua nyinyi mkiwaita
The real
goons.
Gen Zs,
Which evidence do you guys
the
have?
real Gen Zs were the anti-finance bill of 2024. The first one, I was among the group. I was a millennial, but I was supporting the first protest. Came later, I saw something has been sneaked to. Anti-Ruto rhythm was starting. Even Gachagua was playing behind the curtains, the Gen Zs. He was one of the people who sponsored the original Gen Zs, but he was hiding. But nowadays they're coming out, and this Gen Zs is coming predominantly in one region, the central, having a revolt against a person who is not coming from their region is the helm.
Yes.
So all of the big boys, not even the people from Kikuyu land, doesn't want Ruto.
Okay.
It's specific oligarchs.
Mhm.
Those who are used to be power, those who used to have those standards, now they are fighting the likes of Jimmy Wanjiki. I know a lot of this. Now they are putting their influencers on toes. 90% of these Gen Zs are put on the ground. The Njugush, I don't know, all these influencers are now, where are they coming from? They're not coming from another region, Luo Nyanza, they're coming from. So I can say it's the young thugs of the the Kikuyus, or what do you call, the central people are revolting against Ruto. I don't know what is the reason. He's making their tea making better prices. Coffee is the best ever, even better than Uhuru stamps. So people are reaping profit in terms of the agriculture. So the guy has done a lot massive work in Central, but since he has removed Gachagua, who was a thorn to him, in his authority, now everyone and the Central people, one thing they're good at, they emotionally easily, they carry everything to their heart and they're emotional. Last time walipiga kura na hasira kumtoa mtu fulani, kumwonyesha Raila adabu, walimleta nani? Walimleta Ruto. Sasa Ruto huyo alitoa mtu wao, sasa wana hasira kuna Gachagua ametoa. Hata kama even if he builds them super highways, they won't see that. They see their son has been removed. Gachagua has removed.
Guys, hapo tuko na millennials, tafadhali naomba tu kwa heshima. Sisi kama Gen Zs tunasema tu wacha tungoje tuende. Sisi ni goons, sisi ni goons. Hashtag kumbuka ni we are all Kikuyus. Naenda topic zote na discuss next. You have seen the hashtag about we are all Kikuyus. You guys have been saying that the issue is about Mount Kenya. The issue is about Mount Kenya. Now, Munani Anito, for example, you can talk about this man called Kalonzo Musyoka has just tweeted that we are all Kikuyus. Martha Karua, we are all Kikuyus. Eugene Wamalwa, we are all Kikuyus. Okay, the message is about the unity and solidarity. If the issue is Kikuyu, then but sisi wote basi wacha sisi wote tukue. Sisi wote ni Kikuyu. How do you talk about that?
No, for Kalonzo, we can understand. You know, he wants their votes. Otherwise, if they're not giving him his votes or they are not supporting, he's going to come and join this government of Ruto. Besides that, kina kijana wa Malma, those are none, they're here and none here and there. They're nothing to them. But Kikuyus are proud. By the way, I like them. But these people are using the tribe as they want to make them a hostage. But they're not going anywhere far. And then we all Kikuyus. Yes, we all Kenyans. But why say Kikuyus? What if we see we all Somalis? It becomes go back to your country. We all Luos, go mjitahiri, sijui nini. You remember those protocols. But when it becomes a Kikuyu, we're all proud of them. Because they were in the center of power for almost the 60-40 years. So that makes them, you know, what do they like? They like themselves, which is good.
Yes.
But to us, we see most people are from
They
sector.
feel the
What-
power.
No, those are, I can say, watu wa ukabila kiasi iko, not all of them.
You know,
But,
there's a difference between Ukabila and unity.
but why revolt against a non-president that comes from your region? And then 99% of you have voted for him.
Yes.
What makes now non-performing? And in 2 years' time,
Yeah.
Ruto has done marvelous work compared to Huru.
Right.
That for me, that's how I. But to others, they see the emotional part. He removed their son, and now he's killing their children.
Okay.
I don't know, these children, the same goons who are attacking supermarkets, they're stealing, they're doing mayhem, they are closing businesses of fellow Kikuyus.
I'm being told by our director that we have 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes, I want us now to talk about the ongoing impeachment of governors in Kenya. There were so many governors that have been tried to be impeached, but wengine imefail, but others imefanikiwa, like Waititu, who was a governor Kiambu, Mike Songo, Nairobi, Kawira Mwangaza of Embu. Is it Embu? Yeah, Meru, sorry. The latest one is about the Ujama wa huku. So, first of all, I want you to take us to the role of a governor. What are some of the roles of a governor? And number 2, constitutionally, for a governor to be impeached, what are some of the issues that can make a governor to be impeached? And then, lastly, is the impeachment of Kenyan's governor a political or just constitutional?
So the first is, what was the question?
The role of a governor.
The role of a governor is a CEO of the county government.
Yes.
And he's representing. He's the political face of a community or a county.
Okay.
So he represents. He chairs the committee. The what's called
Cabinet of a county.
The county is
Yes.
that executive
County
committee.
cabinet. Yes.
He's the CEO of the executive committee.
Yes.
I think to those, that is the role of a governor. The ground that he can be removed is when he does criminal work.
Yes.
When he uses the tenders, you understand, all criminal related, when he is incapacitated in terms of either
mental or
mental
physical
or
illness.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I think the few grounds we can say, but majority here in Kenya
Yes.
is the criminality that is people are charged.
Yes.
When you give Kurias, like she was accused of, her husband interfering, you understand, with the tender, 90% of these accusations, it can be political, but they will hide under. And all governors, they are being elected to that position. They have spent billions of money to go into power. Once you settle in power, how do you recoup your money? It's Kenya, and Kenya is our business. People recoup through corrupt ways, but everyone will be smart ways to corrupt. A fool will only trade directly to himself, but the best governors, they will be trading, but they know how to follow the right legal way, and they know the law. You understand? But still, Kenya is Kenya. All these governors, the position is so sweet. They want to be re-elected next time. For them, they have to recoup their old money, at the same time prepare. So how do they get those money? A basic salary of a governor is small. But you understand, this is Kenya. When you're in a position and you are massaging billions of budgets, you understand, you are massaging it. Will you not allow something? You understand? If the common Kenyan can steal a supermarket, given a chance, a plastic, anything they can, if they come to this studio, everything will be swallowed.
Mr. Mohammed, I've been trying to do some research. Like, for example, let me use a good example of Kawira Mwangaza. Kawira Mwangaza, was a governor through independence. Okay, she never had a party. She took an independent ticket and she got that position of being a governor. Those MCAs who tried to impeach her, not first time, second or two, it was because, according to the controversial and the statement that the allegation that were there, it was because she was not elected through, maybe, that time ya chama cha Ruto ndo kilikuwa kimeshika usukani sana kule hii chama cha Ruto, but kwa sababu yeye alikuwa mtu wa kando, that's why ilikuwa reason ya she's trying to employ her husband, blah blah blah, so many people in blah blah. So according to me, it is very political. I want to give you another example of somebody like George Natembe of Trans Nzoia. The other day they were saying that they are trying to impeach him. In fact, some even senators, Cherargei is just saying it in parliament, in Senate, that we will impeach you. Why is it impeachment always done to someone who is going against the government?
Okay, it depends. Sometimes when your mouth is too loud, I'm speaking on behalf, maybe, to my limited knowledge in terms of power and politics. I think Mr. Natembea is over talking. To us, he's more directly to the opposition, and then he's doing the monkey work also. This county, he's not serving its purpose. The reason he was there, the people are not happy what he's doing, but more of national politics. He want to shine in the national politics, yet he's a governor. He's supposed to delegate the duty he's given. He's supposed to deliver what he promised to his people. But here he's yapping around, he's talking a lot. And you understand, in politics, you don't overshine or do monkey work with the president, or he tawi there, tawi here. You understand? He is positioning himself come 2027 at the expense of delivering to his county.
Now, Mr.
So, yeah.
Mohammed, where is
So
our
that way,
democracy?
okay.
Where is our
Wait.
democracy now?
No, to
If,
that
if
way,
for example,
he's not doing the right
if for
thing. No,
example,
the reason he's not doing the right things,
Yes.
even politically,
yes,
others talk a lot and yap, they make themselves, now they become a victim. Oh, the government is witch hunting, but yet he's not doing the right things. Who knows he's doing the right things? That's why there were grounds for him. But now he uses the national limelight to say that, oh, I'm being witch hunt, I'm done this, yet he's not delivering the right thing.
you know, Mr.
He
Mohammed,
has a lot of scandal.
we are in a democratic country, Kenya, right? And I'm very sure that if you are in a democratic country, this means that either you're in opposition or you are in government. The work you have said very well that one function of a governor is to perform,
Yes.
to make sure that either he or she implement the laws that are being passed in the parliament of county assembly. So, for example, it could be very fair if maybe kwa mfano uko kwa government but bado you're not performing, bado kuimpeach. Lakini si ati kama uko against the government ndio tu impeachment zinatokea.
Yes.
That's the only problem that I'm having.
Of course, it's Kenya. When you poke others noses, na wewe nyumbako iko na matundu, unaonekana si sasa ni kama sasa tuchokoze KRA ama ukose traffic. Unajua Kenya traffic ukikosa nayo, wewe are you sure your gari itakosa sababu ya kushikwa? Utasikia under the pamper you don't have certain element. Kijana weka yeye ndani. Yeye ika ndani. Unaingia wapi? Unaingia ndani. Because umechifanya kumako. Lakini if you understand Kenya way, you told the line, hauna makosa. You understand? Sometimes maybe he can be innocent, but sometimes everyone has his own holes. He has done his shit work. He has done his, you understand? Hakuna governor ambaye hayuko malaika. Everyone is doing that, but wengine ni wajinga. Sasa yeye anajua he's yapping around, talking a lot, knowing that the opposition will cover him.
Yes.
And then he's not doing the right things, maybe. Na wakati akishikwa, oh, mimi I'm witch hunted, I'm done this and this.
Yes.
You never know, but God knows. But I haven't done deep study in the Transoia politics. But the basic knowledge I have, don't throw a stone when you're in a glass house. So
Okay.
he's throwing a stones to others,
Okay.
showing them Ruto is stealing. When you show others stealing, they know every Kenyan is a corrupt.
Okay.
Even to the common Mwananchi is a thief nowadays, because only few communities know that the worthiness of others. I think the few communities don't steal others, but 99% of Kenyan,
Yes.
given a chance, even mtu akuuza ndizi anaibiwa.
Hivyo.
Hata ndizi yake nakula mbele yake, because we are lacking the God parts. People are not fearing God nowadays. If you steal from your friend, what are you gaining? But Kenya, anything stolen, station home. You understand? Yeah.
Haya, shukrani sana. Naona muda wangu umenipa kisogo. Sisi tunashukuru sana for that conversation. At least we have learned so many things. Every day you teach us new things, and yet now, because you're not agencies, we believe that you know more compared to us. Yep. But now I want you now to be very fair. Every time you have been against the agencies, but sasa around here I feel this one is for millennials. We are all Kikuyus. Nataka tu leo tupatie jina yako ya the hashtag, tupatie
The hashtag. Okay.
jina yako kuna mwingine anajiita Onyango Kamau Omolo, mwingine anajiita jina ya Kiluya moja ni kama gani? Wafula, hiyo jina wa Johi yako ni gani? Wewe kama Msomali.
Wanaitwa Mohamed Warsame Kagunjo Washira.
Waambie tena wasiki.
Mohamed Kagunjo Washira ama Mohamed Washira Kagunjo kutoka Nyandarua. That is the name of he's my senior accountant of our companies.
Sure.
Stayed with us. It's called James Washira Kagunjo. So I'm taking Mohamed Washira Kagunjo. Yes, Kagunjo nakusalamia hapa, nisamehe, but in my space in our companies I'm politically open with others. By the way, 2022 we are supporting Ruto together.
Okay.
Now, you understand, I expect every Kikuyu now will be jumping. I will be the opposite. I stay the same factor. We supported, I really supported Ruto for us, and we thank God that I had projects, alhamdulillah, and Ruto when he went, I celebrated like wild. I have those pictures in my office. The day Ruto was sworn in,
Yes.
he won the Supreme Court. I was celebrating.
Okay.
Mr. Juma knows here, my teachers know there. But now others have jumped the ship, and now the Kikuyus are the opposite. We tell them to come back to their government. This is their government.
Tumeshukuru sana Mr. Mohamed Wanjohi Wachira.
Yes. Mohamed Wanjohi Wachira.
Until next time, until next time, bye-bye.
This is Dove Podcast, crafting stories, building brands.